He is known for being an influential philosopher and political economist. He is recognized for his contributions to social theory, and political economy. His name is John Stuart Mill. In the 19th century, amidst the backdrop of social and political turbulence, a philosopher emerged whose ideas would shape the course of history. That philosopher was John Stuart Mill. Hailed as the most influential English-speaking philosopher of the 19th century, Mill left an indelible mark on the world of classical liberalism. Born into a family of intellectuals, Mill's pursuit of knowledge was nurtured from a young age. His insatiable curiosity led him to delve into various fields, including social theory, and political economy. Mill's philosophy revolved around the concept of liberty, championing the freedom of the individual in the face of oppressive state and social control. Utilitarianism, an ethical theory championed by Mill, became one of his most notable contributions. Building upon the ideas of his predecessor Jeremy Bentham, Mill believed that actions should be judged by their utility in promoting the greatest happiness for the greatest number of people. This philosophy resonated with many, as it offered a moral framework based on the pursuit of collective well-being. But Mill's impact extended beyond philosophy. He was a staunch advocate for women's rights, penning the groundbreaking work titled The Subjection of Women. As the second member of Parliament to call for women's suffrage, Mill played a pivotal role in the fight for gender equality. Throughout his life, Mill's dedication to intellectual pursuits never wavered. He explored scientific methodology, drawing inspiration from the works of William Whewell, John Herschel, and Auguste Comte. Engaging in spirited debates and discussions, Mill sought to advance knowledge and challenge prevailing ideas. John Stuart Mill's legacy lives on, an enduring testament to the power of philosophical thought and social activism. His ideas continue to shape our understanding of liberty, utilitarianism, and the fight for equality. As the documentary unfolds, we will delve deeper into the life and mind of this remarkable philosopher, uncovering the profound impact he had on the world around him. John Stuart Mill, a brilliant philosopher and economist, had an extraordinary upbringing. His father, James Mill, was determined to create a genius intellect that would carry on the cause of utilitarianism. John Stuart was educated by his father, along with the guidance of Jeremy Bentham and Francis Place. Shielded from association with children his own age, John Stuart embarked on a rigorous education that started at a very young age. From the tender age of 3, Mill began studying Greek, and by the age of 8, he had already delved into Aesop's fables, Xenophon's Anabasis, and the works of Herodotus. His thirst for knowledge knew no bounds as he acquainted himself with the likes of Lucian, Diogenes Laertius, Isocrates, and Plato. Not only did he immerse himself in history, but he also studied Latin, Euclid's works, and algebra. He even took on the role of a schoolmaster for his younger siblings. Mill's education was not limited to academia alone. His father believed it was important for him to study and compose poetry, encouraging his creative side. At a young age, he even wrote a continuation of the Iliad. In his spare time, he enjoyed reading about natural sciences and popular novels like Don Quixote and Robinson Crusoe. As he grew older, Mill's intellectual pursuits expanded to include logic, political economy, and philosophy. He studied scholastic logic and delved into the works of Aristotle. Political economy became a subject of great interest to him, and he studied the writings of Adam Smith and David Ricardo. Mill's association with Ricardo, a close friend of his father, influenced his views on economics. At the age of 14, Mill had the opportunity to spend a year in France, where he immersed himself in the culture and scenery. He attended courses on various subjects, including chemistry, zoology, and logic. During his stay, he had the privilege of meeting esteemed individuals such as Jean-Baptiste Say and influential leaders of the Liberal Party. This experience left a lasting impression on him and shaped his thinking. Despite his intellectual achievements, Mill experienced periods of deep sadness and even contemplated suicide. He questioned whether the pursuit of a just society, which he had dedicated his life to, would truly bring him happiness. It was the poetry of William Wordsworth that rekindled his joy and reminded him of the beauty that generates compassion and stimulates joy in others. This pivotal shift in thinking propelled him forward with renewed enthusiasm towards his goal of creating a just society. Mill's journey was not without its challenges, and ideological differences eventually strained his relationship with Thomas Carlyle, a close companion and correspondent. However, Carlyle's early influence on Mill's thinking would leave a lasting impact. In his pursuit of knowledge, Mill engaged in a pen friendship with Auguste Comte, the founder of positivism and sociology. Comte's sociological ideas, focusing on historical facts and the complexities of human nature, resonated with Mill and led him to reject some of Bentham's views. Despite not being eligible to study at prestigious universities, Mill's thirst for knowledge led him to attend University College, London, where he had the opportunity to learn from John Austin, the first professor of jurisprudence. John Stuart Mill's incredible journey of intellectual development and self-discovery laid the foundation for his groundbreaking contributions to philosophy and economics. His commitment to justice and the pursuit of knowledge continues to inspire us in our daily lives, reminding us to question and challenge prevailing ideas in our quest for a more equitable and enlightened society. John Stuart Mill, a prominent philosopher and economist of the 19th century, made significant contributions to the field of scientific method. In his renowned work, A System of Logic, Mill engaged in the ongoing debates surrounding the exploration of natural philosophy and the process of induction. This debate was sparked by John Herschel's publication in 1830, which emphasized the importance of inductive reasoning and the discovery of general laws through empirical verification. Mill, however, offered a different perspective. He introduced what came to be known as Mill's methods, which shared similarities with Herschel's approach to induction. According to Mill, laws were not self-evident truths that could be known without empirical verification. Instead, they were to be discovered through observation and induction, and then rigorously tested to ensure their validity. One specific method that Mill put forward was the joint method of agreement and difference. This method involved identifying the factors that are present when a particular phenomenon occurs and determining the factors that are absent when the phenomenon does not occur. By analyzing these patterns of agreement and difference, one could arrive at a more accurate understanding of the causal relationships at play. It is worth noting that Mill's ideas on induction and scientific method were not developed in isolation. Scholars have noted similarities between Mill's methods and Dinaga's analysis, a tradition of logic that gained interest among scholars after 1824. Although it remains unknown whether Mill was directly influenced by this tradition during his stay in India, the resemblance between the two approaches is noteworthy. Mill's system of logic and his methods continue to have relevance in our daily lives. By applying his principles of observation, induction, and empirical verification, we can approach problems and phenomena in a systematic and rigorous manner. Whether it is in scientific research, policymaking, or personal decision-making, embracing Mill's methods can help us arrive at more reliable and evidence-based conclusions. John Stuart Mill, a prominent philosopher of the 19th century, dedicated his life to promoting the principles of liberty and individual freedom. In his influential work, On Liberty, Mill delved into the nature and limits of the power that society can rightfully exercise over individuals. According to Mill, the only justification for interfering with someone's liberty of action is to prevent harm to others. He famously stated, "The sole end for which mankind are warranted, individually or collectively, in interfering with the liberty of action of any of their number, is self-protection." For Mill, harm encompasses not only acts of commission but also acts of omission. Failing to rescue a drowning child or neglecting to pay taxes are considered harmful acts that society has the right to regulate. However, Mill believed that consenting individuals who willingly assume risks should not be perceived as being harmed. This means that individuals have the freedom to engage in activities that may be considered risky or unsafe, as long as there is no deception involved. Mill recognized the historical struggle between liberty and authority, emphasizing that the contest between subjects and the government has been a defining feature of history. He argued that social liberty, which protects individuals from the tyranny of political rulers, is essential for a democratic society. Social liberty involves limiting the power of the government and establishing constitutional checks to prevent decisions that could harm society. Mill believed that people should have a say in the government's decisions and that social liberty is about the nature and limits of society's legitimate power over the individual. One of Mill's most passionate defenses in On Liberty is for freedom of speech. He argued that free discourse is crucial for intellectual and social progress, as it allows for the exchange of ideas and the discovery of truth. Mill believed that even false opinions contribute to the advancement of knowledge, as they can be refuted through open debate. He warned against censorship, stating that it hinders the expression of contrary opinions and prevents people from listening to different perspectives. Mill firmly believed that freedom of speech was not only a political necessity but also a means for personal growth and self-realization. He valued eccentricity over uniformity and saw freedom of expression as a vital avenue for developing talents and fostering creativity. Mill's ideas on liberty and freedom of speech remain relevant today. They remind us of the importance of protecting individual rights, promoting open dialogue, and embracing diversity of thought. By upholding these principles in our daily lives, we can contribute to a society that values personal autonomy, intellectual growth, and the pursuit of truth.
Do you want to explore more philosophers? Who do you want to see featured next? Subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know. I'll see you in the next video.